For the past few days, I was concerned, very concerned, that the ruling may go against us. And after having listened to the arguments, the questions by the judges, and to some extent, not submission, but some of what the judges handed down, it is clear that this appeal will be granted. And so the government will be given time also to hold an election.
Yes.
GCOM must be ready. I listened to the debate, and when I listened to Amna Ali saying, we are 33 and you are 32, you're going to move a vote of no confidence, bring it on. And so you sat there and you listened to the crap that came from the government side. They were defeated in that motion by argument, particularly by argument. And so when it came to the vote, my mind was then made up. And further made up when they moved to stop the count, and all the abuse that I took then, they could not have paid me a million or $1 billion US to make me change my mind at that time.
The government should have resigned. And the fact that the appeal court in Guyana went beyond the 3-month period to give their ruling, thus pushing the whole issue back. There was also the concern being raised as to whether or not, if a verdict does in fact go in the favor of the opposition against the government, how soon an election can be held in Guyana. The government still insists that the Elections Commission has given them minimum earliest date as November, but the whole question begs is simply, how are they going to maintain the constitutional guidelines which said that an election should be held within 3 months?
So I was able to look at some of the submissions, and I caught a lot of the rest of it from the media. And I could tell you one thing, I mean, as a young person in Guyana and thrust into a leadership role, some of what I saw about party paramountcy kind of scared me. Key thing is, I don't think I would agree with what Neil Boston put forward in his submissions. There's no way, I mean, if you look at the name of the law, it's called the Representation of People Act. At what point do we realize that the government is for the people? The government is not for the party, right? The party is a collection of people who are, who have chosen to kind of go along common grounds on a political path. But the government is for the people. So party paramountcy should have died somewhere along with the communism in the Soviet Socialist Republic.
I was really impressed with the depth of questions that came out from the judges. They had an attitude of mind that brought an intrusiveness to law. And I kind of believe this is what is happening in a lot of their minds. How do we walk Guyana back into a position where we can reconstruct constitutional rule? And that is the big challenge I think that they will be faced with right now. Because any rational mind will know there's a foregone conclusion. We don't care. I don't care who wins the next election. What I care about is democracy, and that democracy is maintained and protected in Guyana, and integrity is maintained and protected in Guyana, and conflict of interest is reduced in Guyana, and the rule of law is followed. Now, my skin color has nothing to do with those concepts. Nothing.